Shabbat Shalom, and a very warm welcome to our regulars, to our visitors, to those who are joining us online for this Remembrance Shabbat. We're going to begin in a few moments with the lighting of our memorial candle, but just before we do that, also to wish a Mazal Tov to Sarah Leora Bernfeld. That's her English name. You'll have to wait for her Hebrew name for the baby blessing a bit later, but Mazal Tov to baby Sarah and her family.
Eternal God, I light this candle in loving memory of all those killed in the terror attacks in Israel on October the 7th. May this memorial candle be a symbol of our communal grief for all those innocents who have since lost their lives. As we enter Shabbat with its hope of a world renewed, may this candle be our lantern for the hostages and our beacon for peace. May such be the divine will. Amen.
Amen. And we turn to page 1 to bring in Shabbats together. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. We turn to page 3 for Matovu. And as you sit back down, we turn to page 6 for our third choice with our opening prayers. And Ginny's going to read it in loving memory of her late mother, Elizabeth.
God of all creation, you have made us the custodians of your world, to tend it, to serve it, and to enjoy it. For 6 days we measure and we build, we count and carry the real and the imagined burdens of our task, the success we earn and the price we pay. On this, the Sabbath day, give us rest. For 6 days, if we are weary or bruised by the world, if we think ourselves giants or cause others pain, there is never a moment to pause and know what we should really be. On this, the Sabbath day, give us time. For 6 days we are torn between our private greed and the urgent needs of others, between the foolish noises in our ears and the silent prayers of our soul. On this, the Sabbath day, give us understanding and peace. Help us, God, to carry these lessons of rest and time, of understanding and peace, into the 6 days that lie ahead, to bless us in the working days of our lives. Amen.
Amen. We turn to Yom Zeh Yisrael, which you'll find on page 8.
Israel, Shabbat, Shabbat, Menucha, Menucha, Shabbat, Shabbat, Menucha.
Tita pikundi במעמד סיני, שבת ומועדים לשמור בכל שני, לערוך לפני מעשה דברך, שבת, שבת מלוכה, מלוכה, שבת, שבת מלוכה, יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, אורה ושמחה, שבת מלוכה. יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, שבת, שבת מנוחה, מנוחה, שבת, שבת מנוחה. חמדת הלבבות לאומה שבורה, לנפשות נכבות, נשמה יתרה, לנפש מצעירה, יסיר אנחה, שבת, שבת מנוחה, מנוחה, שבת, שבת מנוחה. יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, אורה ושמחה, שבת מנוחה. יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, שבת, שבת מנוחה, מנוחה, שבת, שבת מנוחה.
We turn forward to Psalm 98, which you'll find on page 22. We're reading Psalm 97, which you'll find on page 20, and Henny's going to be reading that for us in loving memory of her parents.
The eternal rules, let the earth be glad, let the many isles rejoice. Clouds and darkness surround God, but righteousness and justice are the foundations of God's throne. Fire strives before God, blazing round all foes. God's lightning lights up the world, the earth sees and trembles. Mountains melt like wax before the Creator, before the Sovereign of all the earth. The heavens declare God's righteousness, all people see God's glory. Shame on all those who are slaves to an image, who puff up their pride with hollow gods. False gods bow down before the One. Zion heard and rejoiced. The daughters of Judah were glad because of your judgments, O Eternal. Because you are the sovereign, supreme over all the earth. You are the supreme beyond all gods. Those who love the Eternal hate evil. God guards the souls of those who are faithful, saving them from the hand of the wicked. A harvest of light is sown for the righteous, and joy for the constant heart. You who are righteous, rejoice in the Eternal. Call God's holiness to mind with praise.
Lachad Odi can be found on page 23.
Shalom וזכור בליבו שמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נעשוכה, סוף המעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי, אורי. שיר דברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום מותרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהולה, תוך אמונה עד סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. יאללה 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 יאללה
Lecha Dodi is about welcoming the Shabbat Queen into our sanctuary. Just below the Shabbat Queen becomes this synagogue's Rebbitzin. Jackie, it's wonderful to have you back home, back on your feet, back where you belong. You've been so missed. Before we come to Psalm 92, which you'll find on page 25, this is the moment when traditionally mourners would be welcomed. I know amongst us this evening there are many of us marking a yahrzeit, the anniversary of a death, but I particularly want to acknowledge this evening that Sarah's baby blessing is bittersweet because we are particularly thinking of her late grandmother, Sonia, who sadly didn't get to meet her, but whom Sarah carries her name, which is so perfect. So remembering Sonia and all those who have an absent loved one, we say to you, Hamakom yenachem etchem b'toch sha'ah ha'avelim. May God comfort you, together with all those who mourn. And on this Remembrance Shabbat, Zichronam livracha, may their memory be for a blessing. Amen. Mizmor shir liyom haShabbat, tov lahodot l'Adonai u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon, lahagid b'boker hastecha ve'emunatecha b'alelot, alei asor v'alei navel, alei higayom b'chinor, כי שמחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. איש בעל לא ידע, וכסיל לא יבין את זאת, בפרח רשעים כמו עשב, ויציצו כל פועלי אבן, להישמדם עדי עד. ואתה מרום לעולם אדוני, כי הנה אויביך אדוני, כי הנה אויביך יאבדו, יפרדו כל פועלי אבן, ותרן קרן קני, בעלותי בשמן רענן, ותבט עיני בשורי, בקמים עלי מרעים, תשמענה אוזני.
So
We rise for the Baruchu on page 29. As you take your seats, please join me on page 30 for an alternate evening prayer. We bless you, Adonai, our God and God of the universe. With a word you change daylight to twilight. With wisdom you open the morning, endowing the hours with meaning, arranging the changes of seasons. You fashion the stars in the skies to watch over us. You create daytime and night, turning light from darkness and dark from light. Sunrise, sunset, morning, evening. Your name is Adonai, our God. You live within us now and above and beyond us forever and ever. We bless you, Adonai, who brings us to evening. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev et amo Yisrael.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
This time you may take your seats and look over the paragraphs on page 32
and 33 will come back together at the bottom of page 33. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. העושה גדולות עד אין חקר, ונפלאות עד אין מספר. וראו בניו גבורתו, שיבחו והודו לשמו ומלכותו, ברצון קיבלו עליהם. משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נראה בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה
מלכותך אדוני אלוהינו ראו בניך על הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגולו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
השכיבנו, השכיבנו, אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום. השכיבנו, השכיבנו, אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, השכיבנו, אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום.
Guard us when we go out and when we come in to enjoy life and peace, both now and forever, and spread over us the shelter of your peace. Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu v'al amo Yisrael al kol haolam. Blessed are you, God, spreading the shelter of peace over us, over your people Israel, and over all the world. On page 38, we rise for the Amidah. ata Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'Elohei imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Rivka, Ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Koneh Hakol, V'Zocher Hastei Avot V'Imahot, U'mevii Goel Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Ve'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magin, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Hoked Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayem et Imatarav L'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayem etim berachamim rabim, Somech noflim berofech cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Mishenei afar, Michamocha ba'gevurot, Umido melach, Melech melit u'machayeh, u'matzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lahachayot metim. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hametim. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. At this time, you may choose to remain standing or to be seated for the remainder of the Amidah. We're going to continue in silence and come back together on page 45 for our healing prayer. Page 45. Our God and God of our ancestors, we think of those in our community who are in need of healing. And we're thinking of Liz Gluckman, Eliza Horstman, Tessa Levy, Sammy Rosenberg, Harold Gervik, Lyndon Rees, Lee Ling, David Chapman, Ann Millett, Rabbi Adam Frankenberg, Jane Kleiner, Louise Kay, Jerry Lindell, John Mayo, Jeff Felder, Martin Instone, Akido Headlam, and all of those who you name now aloud or in your hearts. And as we think of those, we add to those names all of those innocents who have been injured in the ongoing conflict in Israel and in Gaza, as well as every place where it has spilled past those borders. And we think of those hostages held in captivity. And specifically, we name David and Ariel Cunha, Arbel Yehud, and Emily Damara, who've been adopted by our community and who are with us every time we come together to pray. God grant them wholeness of the soul and healing of the body.
מי שברך אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים.
Please take a few moments for your own silent prayers and reflections.
before we rise to recite the Osei Shalom together, just before Shabbat came in, I had a telephone call with Rabbi Peter Luenjik, a former employee of this synagogue, one of our student rabbis some years ago, and now a rabbi living in Amsterdam, where he was born. I spoke to him about how he was feeling and what was going on, and he told me that this evening he had been advised by the police and others that he and most of the Jewish population of Amsterdam, in fact of the Netherlands, should stay at home for their own safety. What I said to him was that this is Shabbat Kristallnacht, and there is a Jewish tradition on Shabbat Kristallnacht of lighting an extra Shabbat candle and placing it in the window, not only as an act of remembrance, but an act of defiance too, to say that we have a right to be here. As we finished speaking, he went to get an extra Shabbat candle to honor that tradition. In solidarity with all of our brothers and sisters in the Netherlands, please rise and join with me in reciting Osei Shalom, our ultimate prayer for peace. At the foot of page 46, Osei Shalom bimromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu va'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol ha'olam, ve'imru. Amen. We continue with the Aleinu on page 48. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, ל'tegru la'leot sefer beishit, asher b'chabanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et tochato, v'anachnu korim u'mishachavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. In preparation for tomorrow's remembrance service, a few words from George Eliot that you'll find at the foot of page 51. The growing good of the world is partly dependent on our historical acts, and that things are not so ill with you and me as they might have been is half owing to the number who live faithfully a hidden life and who rest in unvisited tombs. Even when they are gone, the departed are with us. They inspire us to live as in their higher moments they themselves sought to live. We remember them now. They remain in our hearts. They are a continual blessing. On their yahrzeit, the anniversary of their deaths, we remember Moi Shenanes, husband of Deborah, father of Ruthie and Jacob, cousin of Heidi and Yael. Rizard Sorbito, grandfather of Agnes Jarek. Ruth Rosmarin, my own grandmother. Malcolm Slow, father of Richard, father-in-law of Amanda. Benjamin Brems, father of Michael and grandfather. Anne Whitmont, mother of Julia Markson, mother-in-law of Julian, grandmother of Sancha and Rena. William Wolfe, father of Ivan and Hanush Wolfe, grandfather of Benjamin and Daniela. Elizabeth Moss, mother of Roger, Stephen and Ginny. Doris Galen, mother of Peter, Michael, Brian and the late Geoffrey. Asher Lincoln, father of Rhoda Infield. Melville Rose, husband of Anita, father of Shelley. Ingolf Anderson, brother of Jane Goff. Valerie and Joseph Josephsberg, parents of Henny Goldstein. Judy Bernstein, mother of Mark, John, Sarah and Daniel, sister of Jane Moss, aunt of Joanna Rustin, Andrew and David Moss, grandmother and great-grandmother. Joan Rustin, mother of Malcolm, Gordon and Nigel, mother-in-law of Joanna, grandmother and great-grandmother. John Barrard, friend of Jean and Martin Regan and many of us here at this synagogue. Sarah Butnick, grandmother of Helen Hertzberg. Emily Redstone, daughter of Karen and Edward Redstone. Stanley Van Gelder, father of Karen Redstone. Seneca and Carola Kempner, grandparents of Monica, Richard Jankel and Jenny Harvey. Pauline Sugarman, mother of Richard, Gary and Kate, grandmother of Savannah and Delilah, great-grandmother of Ariana and Scarlett. For our spoken memory project, on this Shabbat we honour the memory of Fulop Buchbaum, who was 58 when he was murdered in the Shoah and has no one left to mourn for him. To those names we add now quietly the names of our own absent loved ones, just as tomorrow morning, here on our Remembrance Shabbat service, we will read our roll of honour with love, respect, and loving memories. Zichronam livracha. May their memory be a blessing as we say together on page 53, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'amad yivrach chirutei ve'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon ve'yomechon, u'v'chayei techol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv ve'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam ololmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'a v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yithada v'yitale v'yitalal, Shmei dekudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol bechata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, di'amiran ba'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol ha'olam, v'imru, Amen. Now, please sit down unless your name is Sarah and you're under a year old. What a wonderful tradition we have in this community to find something to celebrate if we can after we've remembered so many absent loved ones. And how wonderful, Sarah, that you are here in this sanctuary where Mummy and Daddy got married just down there a few years ago and where all of your grandparents stood, including your late Grandma Sonia, whose eyes I think you might have. Let me present you with the most important thing, Seymour the teddy bear, and it says, I'm a WLS Shabbatot. I'm glad that's made you smile. As a third-generation member of this synagogue, it should. That's for you. And we're going to move into your naming ceremony now.
Creator of all human beings and source of life, through your great love I enter your house to thank you and to bless your name. You have given me the joy of creation, which supported me in my weakness and comforted me in my anxiety. Your mercy has restored me. I thank you for my life and for the life of my child, for you renew the wonder of creation.
Creator.
Flying teddy bears up here.
creator of all human beings and source of all life. Through your great love, I enter your house to thank you and to bless your name. I give you thanks, for you have found me worthy. I turn to you in awe because you have put your trust in me. I bless you for the love which binds me to my child, and for the wonder of creation which you have renewed within my heart.
As she grows in body and in mind, may the teaching of truth be found on her lips and the love of justice in her heart. May she be a blessing to those around her and bring honor to Israel in the sight of all.
God, be with me and my family. May our love for our child draw us even more closely together in helpfulness and in trust.
Teach us to carry on through our child the heritage of Israel, so that its tradition of wisdom and holiness may never cease. Now in love we comfort her. May she comfort us in future years. Amen.
Amen. Creator of love and compassion, by the light of these Shabbat and memorial candles, accept the thanksgiving of these parents in Israel. May their spirits lifted to you now in humble gratitude be ever directed to you for help and strength. Bless them and all that look after this beautiful young child, giving her examples in their lives of your care and understanding. May the light of love fill their home, and your blessing, God, be upon them and all who are dear to them. Amen. Amen. And as we rise, because we're going to open the ark, and Sarah, we're going to go in so that we can give you your blessing, I'm going to ask your slightly proud grandparents and uncle to come up and join us to open the ark.
Did you see her?
מי שברך אמותינו שרה רבקה רחל ולאה, הוא יברך את הילדה הזאת, ויקרא שמה בישראל, שרה ליאורה בת דוד וחיה Rachel. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Leah, bless you, Sarah Leora Bernfeld. God grant her life and health of body and mind. Make her a constant joy to her parents, a blessing to all who know her, an honor to Israel, and to your holy name. V'emru, and let us say, Amen. Amen. Sarah, may God bless you and keep you. May God's face smile upon you and be gracious to you. May God's face turn towards you and give you all the things you hope for in life: cuddles, family, colour, teddy bears, and above all else, a life of health and peace. Amen. Amen. Please do sit down. a few announcements. The first and the most important is that tomorrow morning is Remembrance Shabbat, and I know that many of you will be here wearing your poppies with pride and joining us for that very special service, which includes a bugler, the flag bearer, members of the armed forces, and indeed if any of us are honoured to be the descendants of people who fought in any of the wars, you are welcome to come in wearing their medals, but on the correct side, not the military side. We hope you will join us tomorrow for what is always a beautiful, important, and unforgettable service. We also want to thank everyone that's made this evening's service possible. Glenn on the tech, Maya and Richard, our choristers and our musicians, all of our volunteers. Thank you for making this such a special service. Maya is standing up because she has an announcement, and then we've got a few more.
Tuesday is the next Jewish Jam. If you haven't been to Jewish Jam, well, you are missing out. It is great fun. It is a time for us to sing secular Jewish songs. The theme on Tuesday is Songs with an Opinion. And we have two songs from 1930s Jewish cabaret artists from Berlin, and are very topical. And we've also got a song in Yiddish that is extremely funny in its sadness. And it's 6 p.m. You don't have to be a professional musician to come to this. You just have to love singing and have a wish to learn. We talk about the songs, we learn about the songs, we feed you falafel and hummus. It's a great time, 6 p.m. in the Stern Hall on Tuesday. I hope to see you there.
Talking about the Stern Hall, after today's service, Kaddish will be in the Goldsmith Hall. Do make your way out there promptly, please. And then those who are coming to the dinner with our guest, David Badil, I've been asked to tell you there is one space left. If you've turned up tonight without Shabbat plans and you'd like to squeeze in, we can squeeze just one of you. Any one of you could be that lucky person. Now, a few more announcements and then we're going to move to Adon Olam.
So on Wednesday, 27th of November, we have an exclusive evening. This is, I believe, the UK debut for Noah Tishby, who will be speaking here. This is part of our Eretz program. It's in partnership with the UJIA. And what you should know is that there is a booking link for this, which you can find on your Haftorah sheet. Really easy, 27 November at wls.org.uk. So please book your seats.
We are expecting that to sell out, and we want our members to get priority. So please do not think, oh, I'll book that in the typical West London fashion the day before and expect to come in. We need you to book well and truly in advance. You'll also see on the back of the Haftarah sheet the various things going on for World AIDS Day, but I just want to remind many of you that you will have received a paperless post invite to Sunday, the 8th of December, to our rabbinic team induction and also the induction of Richard Hills as our Director of Music. Yes, it's been delayed by a pandemic, by other things too, but with Rabbi Matt's ordination and our team complete, we felt it was important to celebrate this year, not least when our synagogue has returned to being more than 3,000 members. So there is definitely a lot to celebrate. And we hope that on Sunday, the 8th of December at 4 p.m, lots of you will be here to celebrate with us. And afterwards, there will be seasonal refreshments, given that you will be lighting your Hanukkah candles on Christmas Day. So we're getting in early with donuts and mulled wine. That's probably enough announcements. We're going to finish now with Adon Olam on page 57. Sorry? Oh, we're not finishing with Adon Olam. Forgive me. We are actually finishing with Achenu, which you have as a sheet in your books. And obviously, again, recognizing that we are in difficult times, it feels appropriate to be singing those words. After which, if you're under the age of bar or bat mitzvah under the age of 13, we'd like you to make your way up onto the bimah to join us. For now, can I invite you to turn to Achenu, that sheet that was in your siddurim, and join with us.
העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. אחינו כל בית ישראל, אחינו כל בית ישראל, הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם עליהם ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה, ומאפלה לאורה ומשעבודה לגאולה, השתה בגלה ובזמן קריב. אחינו כל בית ישראל, אחינו כל בית ישראל, הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם עליהם ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה, ומאפלה לאורה ומשעבוד לגאולה, השתה בגלה ובזמן קריב.
On page 67, second blessing down, led by the youngest members of our community, let's ask God's blessing upon one another. Yevarachenu Adonai v'yishmerenu, Ya'er Adonai panav eleinu v'yichunenu, Yisa Adonai panav eleinu, v'yasem lanu shalom. May God bless us and keep us. May God's face shine upon us and be gracious to us. May God's face turn towards us and give us peace. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari ha. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzav banu, v'shavak kodsho v'ahav ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי באנו בחטא, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה ורצון הנחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim. And we move to Hamotzi. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon, Shabbat Shalom. Those of you who are here for the dinner, please make your way through the door over there. For the rest of you, safely home. Shabbat Shalom, and see you tomorrow for Remembrance Shabbat.